Corey Heim and Justin Allgaier win the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series and O'Reilly Auto Parts Series races from Darlington. Denny Hamlin says he has no plans to race in full time beyond the 2027 season. And let's check out some Darlington throwback schemes. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Talkin NASCAR. I'm your host, Andrew. Got a lot of ground to cover here today. Once again, day of the NASCAR Cup Series race at Darlington Darlington Motor Speedway, excuse me. The Lady in Black, the one of the oldest tracks on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. Unfortunately, I will not be able to cover this race in detail today, as at the time of recording, I am on a plane over to Tampa Bay, and I will not be able to cover it in detail. I do not have any of my podcasting equipment. I will not have my mic. I will not have my laptop with me, so I will not be able to make any recordings. Just going to be taking this week entirely off, but when I come back, I'll be right back on the grind, and we'll be covering anything I missed from the week that I'm gone. So this will be the last episode you'll hear from me for probably a little bit over a week. So hope you guys don't get too bored without me in that regards. But we still got some content to cover today with you guys, starting out with the Craftsman Truck Series race from Darlington Motor Speedway on Friday night under the lights. Pretty late start time, actually, so a little bit of an interesting starting time for the Craftsman Truck Series. But Corey Heim would walk away with the victory after starting in the 5th position, driving part-time in the 5 truck for the number Tricon Garage team. He beat out Ross Chastain with an incredible final lap pass, coming down the back straightaway after losing the lead to Cup Series regular Ross Chastain driving for Nice Motorsports in the 45 truck. Corey Heim absolutely got a humongous run into the corner, was able just to power by Ross Chastain and clear him, and Chastain could do nothing about it. I mean, it was incredible to watch, as Corey Heim had one of the best nights overall tonight, was up front pretty much all race long, and was able to walk away with the victory, getting up his his first win of the season in the Craftsman Truck Series, and only his second start of the year. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes for Corey Heim, how many more races he's going to do. But what a pass by Corey Heim. Heim time once again in Darlington. Some other notable finishers: Caden Honeycutt, his teammate, up in 4th after starting on pole. Connery Mozak driving for Spire in the number 5 truck on a part-time schedule, finished in 5th. Christopher Bell, Cup Series regular, along with Chastain, finished in 6th, driving for the 62 truck for Stuart Friesen's team. AJ Allmendinger was in the field as well, finished in 11th, filling in for Daniel Dye after his suspension. Gio Ruggiero was also inside the top 10. Daniel Hemrick got his first top 10 of the year, I believe. William Sawalich in the field as well, finished in 10th. All of Tricon looked pretty good. Shout out Timmy Hill, driving for Hill Motorsports on a part-time schedule in the 56 truck. Timmy Hill's own team finished in 14th, so a good day for Timmy Hill as well. But besides that, nothing else too special about this race. Carson Hocevar, also in the field, finished in 22nd, and Corey LaJoy down in 21st. Not a good day for those Cup Series regulars. And then some big names in the back, like Ty Majeski and Ben Rhodes, all, I believe, finished over 30 laps down. Ben Rhodes over 150 laps down, so not a good night for Ben Rhodes. But congratulations to Corey Heim, and what a pass he made to get the victory at Darlington on Friday night. And on the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series side of things, it was Justin Allgaier picking up the victory for Junior Motorsports, his second win of the season. And this was an interesting race. I mean, for one, it was dominated by Kyle Larson, who sat on the pole and won both stages, swept the stages today, and ended up in 4th. But Justin Allgaier, like always, was up front consistently once again, just kind of lurking in the background, waiting for the right time to pounce. And it was towards the end of the race. Justin Allgaier walks away with his second win of the season. Brandon Jones, last year's winner at Darlington from this race, finished in 2nd. His part-time teammate of Christopher Bell, Cup Series regular, actually finished in 3rd, driving the 19 car. Carson Kvapil, another JRM car, finished up inside the top 5. Corey Day, his rookie season, off to a great start already with another top 10 finish. Sheldon Creed up inside the top 10. How about Parker Retzloff finishing in 8th after starting in 5th. He has looked really, really good to start out the season with Viking Motorsports. Had a really good run last week at Las Vegas. Now another good one here this weekend at a tough track at Darlington. So Parker Retzlaff said in an interview that this was probably the best opportunity he's had in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and he's taking advantage of it, getting an 8th place finish. Now let's see if his teammate of Anthony Alfredo, who also finished in 12th, can kind of match that performance. But yeah, Alfredo's been doing good as well. So very impressive to see both those Viking Motorsports cars. Sam Mayer bounced back finish in the 10th position after a DNF last weekend at Las Vegas. Jesse Love finished in 11th. Definitely not the day he would probably have wanted. Ross Chastain was also in the field, finished in 15th. And then both Taylor Gray and Nick Sanchez, two guys that were desperately needing some bounce back runs, finished in 15th and 16th, respectively. And some big names towards the back of the field. Austin Hill was back there, finishing in 35th, 5 laps down. I believe he had a mechanical issue of some kind as well. And besides that, mostly everyone else kind of where they usually are. Harrison Burton and Dean Thompson, the two Sam Hunt Racing cars, in 21st and 22nd as well. So there you go. Justin Allgaier picking up the victory for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series Junior Motorsports just yesterday at Darlington. Moving on over to some other Cup Series news, Denny Hamlin took to social media earlier on Saturday, late last night, and posted that he has no full-time plans to continue racing after the 2027 NASCAR Cup Series season. And this is something that is pretty much unsurprising for most NASCAR Cup Series fans. Hamlin signed a 2-year extension with Joe Gibbs Racing to keep him with the team after last season. He's in the first year of that new extension. While there was some speculation that after the championship heartbreak last year, maybe Hamlin would just decide, you know what, I'm just done after this year. But nope, Hamlin came back after that heartbreak and everything else he went through in the offseason to come back racing. But it's it's unsurprising that Hamlin doesn't have any full-time plans. I would still fully expect Denny Hamlin to maybe make a Daytona 500 bid for 2311 Racing, or maybe Tricon Garage, another Toyota team possibly, maybe Legacy Motor Club. I could definitely still see Denny Hamlin running one part-time race here and there, maybe Daytona 500, maybe Kansas, maybe Bristol as well. Some good tracks that Hamlin has done really well at. Who knows? But definitely, I would say Hamlin, he's not done racing in NASCAR after the 2027 season, but I'm not surprised to hear that Hamlin is definitely probably not going to be done, is going to be done full-time racing in the NASCAR Cup Series after the 2027 season. But who knows? Plans could change. Speaking of plans that can change, talking about the Truck Series real quick and Calling Racing and Ram, they just announced that Corey LaJoie will once again be back behind the wheel of the number 25 truck for Rams free agent truck at Rockingham next week. And Corey LaJoie will be the first repeat driver in Rams number 25 free agent truck. So very interesting to hear. And Corey LaJoie, I mean, sorry, I have nothing against Corey LaJoie. I meant to talk about Calling real quick. This is very interesting. Calling Racing has said that they would like to bring in different names from across motorsports. They've done that with Tony Stewart, Colin Braun at St. Petersburg. They brought in Ty Dillon. Now they're bringing back in Corey LaJoie for 2 races. But I'm wondering if something like the Daniel Dye suspension has definitely started to drive away competitors from maybe wanting to drive in the number 25 truck. But I haven't heard any rumors of that. I'm just speculating, but this is definitely something that caught my eye with Corey LaJoie already being the first driver to have multiple starts in the number 25 truck moving forward. So we'll see. But also next weekend, I know they also have a driver confirmed from the Ram Race from the Seat reality TV show. They have Carson Ferguson, the guy that was challenging Mini Terrell for the seat of the number 14 truck. He'll be racing at Martinsville later this season, I believe in the fall. So we will see him racing at some point. So I wonder if maybe Calling will want to get him some more races, or some other of the Ram Race for the Seat guys maybe in the truck as well, give them an opportunity here and there. I would definitely like to see that. I definitely really, really would. Some of the top competitors, I would really like to see them all maybe getting a chance in the Craftsman Truck Series. But who knows? Maybe that would defeat the purpose of the Ram reality TV show. But, that's just an idea for what Ram could do to spice up that number 25 driver lineup. Moving on over to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series side of things, Jordan Anderson Racing just announced that Andrew Patterson, one of their longtime team engineers, will be driving 8 races for the number 32 car in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. So, really cool story to hear. Andrew Patterson, been with Jordan Anderson Racing for several years as a pit crew member. He's also been a engineer as well, so he'll be getting his first shot behind the wheel of a NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series car coming up at Martinsville, Rockingham, the Charlotte Coca-Cola 600 weekend, San Diego. He's getting an opportunity to drive at Bristol, the second race of the season, Las Vegas, and Homestead and Phoenix. So all those races in the fall, and then Homestead, Miami, the season finale. So interesting schedule that Andrew Patterson will have for the number 32 car in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Another story in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, Matt DiBenedetto is back behind the wheel of a O'Reilly Auto Parts Series car. He was on the entry list for the number 35 car for Joey Gase Motorsports this weekend. I do not believe that Matt DiBenedetto qualified for the show. I think he was not able to qualify his way in on speed. Joey Gase was able to qualify in, but I don't believe that Matt DiBenedetto was able to. But this will be DiBenedetto's first race back behind the wheel of a race car, I believe, since last year. After driving for Viking Motorsports was released, I believe due to sponsorship issues that Matt DiBenedetto was just not able to provide enough sponsorship. But cool to see DiBenedetto getting an opportunity. He did not qualify his way in on time. He had to actually beat either his teammate of Joey Gase or Ryan Ellis or Myatt Snyder, but he could not, unfortunately, do that. So, tough break for Matt DiBenedetto. Maybe he'll get another opportunity very, very soon to drive in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Moving on over to another new rumor. There's a rumor going around that NASCAR could be looking to expand to 2 dates in the Nashville area. Apparently, according to an article, I believe by Motorsport, that SMI has informed NASCAR that that the Nashville area can support 2 races a year, and this is opening up a lot of opportunities for Nashville Superspeedway, the track that NASCAR has been using over the last couple years for races in Nashville. And this could also open up opportunities for Nashville Fairground Speedway, which has been a track that has been in a lot of legal controversy over the last couple years, but it is an historic racetrack in the NASCAR and entire motorsports world in America. So definitely hearing that opens up the doors more for, Nashville Fairground Speedway to be opened back up to racing in NASCAR. Definitely could see like the Truck Series race there, another short track that would be good, I believe, for the Truck Series. Same with the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and then of course NASCAR going to Nashville twice could be a very good opportunity for the city and the sport. It's another mile-and-a-half racetrack that could help mix up the schedule a little bit. And the next gen car does run very well there on the mile-and-a-half racetracks with the next gen cars. So that's definitely a good, interesting opportunity, but we'll have to keep an eye on that as the new schedule for NASCAR should be released a little bit later in the year. I believe it will be released sometime in maybe August, like sometime after August, I think is the window for when NASCAR releases the schedule. Maybe a little bit later. We've seen it be a little bit later. We've seen it be a little bit earlier, but we'll have to wait and see until then. So until then, maybe Nashville, entire Nashville area, could be getting 2 dates possibly next season in NASCAR. So we'll have to wait and see on that. And now, finally, to wrap up this episode, let's go ahead and take a look at some NASCAR Cup Series and O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and some Truck Series paint schemes from this weekend. Unofficially, this weekend is Throwback Weekend for NASCAR. This has been something that NASCAR has been doing for a little while now. This is actually the first weekend where we will not have Throwback Weekend. NASCAR just not happy with the teams not doing it, not participating in Throwback Weekend. So at this point, there's really, really no point to have Throwback Weekend if everyone's not going to participate. But you got to appreciate NASCAR to trying to honor the traditions of NASCAR here this weekend at Darlington. I mean, we saw some good schemes already this weekend with RFK honoring Greg Biffle, one of Greg Biffle's best tracks. Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, and Ryan Preece all have some really good schemes. I'm really liking what they got. Overall, they got the former old Roush font, the kind of the stripes and the flames from Greg Biffle's cars. They look really, really good. So I was really impressed with that. Some other throwback paint schemes I'm just trying to look through as well. I'm seeing, let me see here. Chase Elliott, I think, is running a different universe scheme, but I don't think it's necessarily a throwback scheme. So I'm not gonna really pay much attention to that. I swear Chase Briscoe's scheme, the number 19 Freebird Springwater Toyota, I swear it could pass for, a throwback scheme, but I don't think it truly is. Josh Berry's Motorcraft Quick Lane car, it's not a throwback, but, with how historic that paint scheme is, probably should be. But besides that, I'm not seeing very many throwback schemes. Todd Gillen's running a Bush throwback scheme, but it's kind of similar to what he's been doing over the last couple years. Zane Smith running a Mystic Lubricants throwback Ford. I don't exactly remember who he's throwing it back to, but I know he's running a throwback scheme. Eric Jones is running throwback scheme in a really interesting Petty Blue 43 car with a red stripe on the side. Looks pretty cool. Sponsored by Advent Health. Besides that, I'm continuing to look through and scroll through all the schemes. Here's a big one. Carson Hocevar driving a Dale Earnhardt Chili's margarita throwback scheme. So it's supposed to be a throwback to one of Dale Earnhardt's Wrangler schemes, the blue and the yellow. Has a Chili's logo on it. So Chili's, it's really cool to see Chili's actually kind of changing up their style to match the Dale Earnhardt schemes of the past. So yeah, that's a very interesting scheme. I like it. I think it looks really, really cool. It's very creative. Haven't seen that very often. I know Haley Deegan ran a scheme similar to that a couple years ago, but I think the Carson Hocevar Chili scheme looks really, really cool. Now I'm looking at O'Reilly Auto Parts Series throwback schemes. Dean Thompson's running a Greg Biffle throwback scheme. Looks really, really nice. Got the similar flame, similar Roush font as well. Pretty nice as well. Brendan Poole, I believe, is running a throwback scheme. I believe it's to Greg Biffle as well. It looks like a Art Roush font as well. I believe, yeah, I think it's a Roush font is what Brendan Poole is running. So nice to see a lot of Greg Biffle tributes this weekend. Uh, Anthony Alfredo's running an interesting scheme. I can't quite tell if it's a throwback one, but I haven't done much digging into it at this point. AJ Allmendinger running a throwback scheme, sponsored by Mopar this weekend, filling in for Daniel Dye. Got a different font on it, a little bit of a straighter font. I don't exactly remember who that's from. I think that might be maybe a Jeff Bodine throwback, possibly as well. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong with who he's throwing it back to. Kane Honeycutt's got a little bit of a throwback scheme going right now. A little bit of flames, a little bit of an interesting font on his Safe Light truck. Bright, kind of like a darker red Safe Light. Looks really cool. Different font, black flames. Looks pretty good. Brendan Crete running another similar throwback scheme to what AJ Allmendinger is doing. A little bit of a similar font, actually. Kind of a yellow Cummins diesel special. Looks pretty interesting as well. Not my favorite, but it's definitely throwing it back. Mini Terrell running a Ram, kind of Dodge, a bright red Dodge Ram truck. So yeah, I think he's throwing it back a little bit. I don't know who's throwing it back to. It's like an older Dodge scheme, I believe, that like Brad Keselowski may have driven back in like the early to late 2000s, possibly. I'm looking through the rest of them. Gio Ruggiero is running a Matt Kenseth throwback, I believe, in the number 17 car. Maybe it's either Matt Kenseth or Darrell Waltrip. I can't quite remember who schemes that. I think that's a Darrell Waltrip throwback. I think it's got the older Roush font, or maybe it's not Roush. I don't think it's Roush. What am I talking about? It's got a white, black, and silver kind of finish on the number. Same with the entire rest of the truck. So it looks good though. I definitely do like that color scheme. It's kind of creative. I like that one as well. Josh Rayum's running a throwback, kind of a basic black and red. Same with Corey LaJoy, running a similar bright red scheme to what Mini Terrell is going with on his truck. It actually has a bit of a yellow door number, so I don't know exactly who he's throwing it back to. Frankie Muniz is running a throwback scheme as well. I did see who he was throwing it back to originally, but I have since forgotten, so apologies about that. But yeah, you also got Frankie Muniz throwing it back to someone in the past of NASCAR, so that's cool to see. And besides that, those are pretty much all the throwback schemes that I could find. So yeah, out of those that I just mentioned, I know it's kind of hard for you guys to maybe like think of them, but like because obviously you're not seeing them, but I'm liking Mini Terrell's like just basic red Dodge, Ram like Dodge on the side. It looks kind of cool. It's definitely better than Corey LaJoy's. I will give you that. So that's an interesting one. Looking at some of the other ones, I like Brennan Poole's scheme. I think it's really cool. I love American flags on just anything, so I really like Brennan Poole's scheme. Looks pretty clean as well. Love all the Greg Biffle tributes. I really, really do. So those are all really, really cool as well. Besides that, looking at the rest of them, I don't think I can count the number 8 car for Junior Motorsports with its little bit older font, the old Dale Earnhardt Incorporated 8. I don't think I can include that. So I do like Brendan Poole and Mini Terrell's. And then from the Cup Series, I mean, I like Ryan Preece's. It looks kind of. I can't exactly remember what kind of scheme it's throwing it back to for Greg Biffle, but I know it's a very historic scheme. I recognize the colors really easily. It looks really, really good, though. All the RFK cars look really, really nice with their throwbacks to Greg Biffle. And gotta shout out Eric Jones's Advent Health car. I love the Petty Blue. It looks really, really nice as well. But yeah, some sneakers as well, like Corey LaJoy's one, not very good in the Truck Series, and then the two Front Row Motorsports cars in the Cup Series. Yeah, those throwbacks ain't too good either. So I feel like I gotta mention those as well. So if you want to go check out some throwback schemes, go to jski.com. Yeah, they have all the throwback schemes kind of listed on there, so you can go check them out and see for yourself. Also, NASCAR puts out a like paint scheme preview for the weekend as well, so you'll be able to go find that on their website as well. So go check them out if you want to see them for yourself. But that's all I got for you guys today on the throwback schemes. But yeah, those are my takes on them. So that'll do it for this episode, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this one. Got a little bit of done here. Talked about a lot of things. Once again, I will not be gone for a week. I'll be gone for a week, so I won't be able to talk about the NASCAR Cup Series race from Darlington. I will cover it as soon as I get home and I'm available and I'm kind of settled back in, but I will not be able to instantly react and break down the Cup Series race from Darlington later today. So hopefully you guys will stick around for that a little bit later. Apologize, but I'm just going on vacation with my family. Just taking some time to, take a little bit of a chill pill and relax before I get back to, life actually, which is going to suck when I have to. So thank you all for tuning into this episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you follow the show if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And listen, and if you're listening on YouTube, like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps out me and the show. Keeps us growing. Share it with your friends, your family, whoever you want to share it with. I would really like to appreciate it. I really appreciate it if you do that as well. And go check out Talking Sports with Miles and Andrew. Just posted an episode yesterday on the lots of stuff. It was over an hour long. I'm trying to remember exactly what was on, but again, so much stuff I actually can't. But March Madness is heating up as well, so we'll be covering all of that in our next episodes as well moving forward. So thank you all for listening. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay safe, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care.